Hey guys, so it's been a while, a bit longer than I wanted it to be, but I am back. I have not forgotten about the series or about you guys. Um, I do enjoy making these monologues, but I think October has just been such a crazy, insane month for me, and so much stuff happened, and like just a lot of things going on. So my brain was like, but I am back, and we are obviously doing another monologue from this book. I can't, off the top of my head, I don't know if this is the third or fourth monologue we're doing. I believe this is the third or the fourth. Either way, today's monologue is from An Ideal Husband by Oscar Wilde. And this is sort of like a more chill, more relaxed environment. As you can see, I'm sitting down and I got some water with me. And it's kind of like, I imagine this to be happening at a dinner table, kind of like really casual setting. It's about this woman who is complaining about her lover proposing to her because she believes that he's not being, how should I say this, dramatic enough with it, or he's not, drawing attention to himself when he's proposing to her. And she wants a big, fancy, theatrical proposal, and he's just not giving her that. So this is what roughly the monologue is about, and I really like this character. I like her banter in a way, and I like the way she speaks. I like the dialogue. I love Oscar Wilde in general. And anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. Well, Tommy has proposed to me again. Tommy really does nothing but propose to me. He proposed to me last night in the music room when I was quite unprotected, as there was an elaborate trio going on. And I didn't dare to make the smallest repartee. I need to hardly tell you. If I had done, it would have stopped the music at once. These musical people are quite absurdly unbearable. They always want one to be perfectly dumb at the very moment one is longing to be absolutely deaf. Then he proposed to me again, in broad daylight, this morning, in front of that dreadful statue of Achilles. Really, the things that go on in front of that work of art are quite appalling. The police should interfere. At luncheon, I saw by the glare in his eyes that he was going to propose again, and I just managed to check him in time and assure him that I was a bimentalist. Fortunately, I don't know what bimentalism is, and I'm not quite sure anyone else does either. But that observation crushed Tommy for 10 minutes. He looked quite shocked. Anyway, and Tommy is so annoying in the way he proposes. I mean, if he was to propose at the top of his voice, I wouldn't mind so much. That perhaps would, make the public feel something. But he does it in a horrid, confidential way. When Tommy wants to be romantic, he talks to one just like a doctor. I am very fond of Tommy. I really am. But the methods in which he chooses to propose are quite out of date. I wish, Gertrude, that you would speak to him and tell him that once a week is quite often enough to propose to anyone, and that it should be done in a manner that perhaps draws some attention. Anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed that. I did unfortunately mess up a few times, if I'm being honest, but I think that I tried my best to kind of make it feel natural. And if I did mess up, I kind of, took a longer pause and then went back to the lines that I did remember, because it's all about covering up your mistakes in acting, guys. It's normal and that's part of the learning process. But I really like this. I enjoy this. I feel like it was quite different from the rest of the monologues that I've done so far. I feel like it's more lighthearted. I feel like a lot of the times I'm very drawn towards very dark and gritty and sad monologues, and this was just kind of like a fun little monologue to do. Yeah, I will be back before the end of this year, hopefully. I promise myself to make at least one more video before the end of the year, which gives me what, like 2 months. But yeah, I will be back at some point. Don't know when, and I don't want to make any promises, but I will be back, and I will be continuing the series with the monologues because I think it's super fun and it's really quite interesting as an actor to kind of see me do different monologues and play different characters, And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching.